think I'm live. I'm not quite sure to tell. Hello there, everybody. It is me, Demetra K. And I know it's probably a little weird seeing me on here on a Tuesday. I've been on here on Tuesday before. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. So in any event, I'm gonna wait for a couple of you guys to come on here. I want to talk about something really quick. Originally, I wasn't going to, but I put up an article and it got me really heated. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. It got me really heated simply because of some of the things I was seeing in regards to this article. So, like I said, yes, thank you, Brandy. It's like with this whole shutdown or lockdown, whatever thing this is we're going on here, it's just like I guess I could imagine a little bit of being locked up in a prison where you kind of lose track of time or the track of the days. And so, yeah, thank you. It is Tuesday. And so I'm going to give everybody just a couple of more seconds to come on here because I'm not going to be on here long, but I want to have a brief conversation with you guys about an article I saw not too long ago that I posted on my wall. And so I'll go ahead and get started. So anyway, I posted this article on my wall that talked about African Americans, Black people, however you want to call yourself, are affected more by the coronavirus. They're saying that they're starting to see that we as Black people are being affected more. As you guys saw earlier on when the coronavirus first started to happen, we kind of made jokes about it, including myself. Hey, we like Teflon Don. Black people, we're not getting the Rona and all this other stuff. Well, now it turns out that the opposite is true. It seems like, let's see, in Chicago, I think they said 70% of the deaths, or the deaths, I think it is, are Black people. Milwaukee, disproportionately, Black people are suffering from the coronavirus, and you're starting to see this all over. Keeping in mind that Black people are roughly 13% of the population, yet again, with something else, statistically speaking, we are disproportionately suffering the most, right? And so for those of you guys don't know what's been going on, hopefully you do know what's going on. The United States, along with the rest of the world, we are suffering a pandemic due to the coronavirus. That is a flu. It's like a flu, but it's 10 times stronger than the flu, where there is no vaccine. And they're asking people to social distance, which means stay away from each other because the disease, or the virus rather, travels from touch and it's airborne. And so if you keep your distance, especially if you're out, and they only want you to be out to get essentials, so the grocery store, doctor, and things like that, things that you need, whatever is deemed to be essential, that's when you're supposed to be out. I live in Riverside, California, and so in Riverside County, they have mandated everybody to wear a mask whenever you are out. They don't want people traveling together in a car, I think it is, two or more people without a mask. And so this thing is getting really serious. And you guys, this new format on Facebook is kind of new. So if it's glitching or something, I don't know what's going on with that. So anyway, this thing is really serious. Whether you're a conspiracy theorist, and I'm going to get to every last one of your comments, whether you're a conspiracy theorist, you're thinking this is man-made or it's not really that big of a deal, and more people die from smoking and car accidents and crack smoke, whatever. This thing is very real. As I say to you guys all the time, there's not a day that goes by where I'm not saying now, my condolences to somebody who has lost someone, whether it's their mom, dad, sister, cousin, brother, friend. Every day I'm seeing somebody who was dying or have died or they're affected by it, right? And so this thing is very serious. And I want to speak to us as Black people, okay? Because this article that I posted, I had a whole bunch of people, and I was just like, I don't even care if you guys get mad anymore. I try to, I'm trying not to be a jerk. And I don't think that I am. I think for the most part, I'm really nice, but I'm just tired. Me personally, I am very tired. Now, why am I tired? I am tired of us making excuses. Black people, when I say Black people, I'm talking about me too. We make so many excuses not to be successful. We make so many excuses to do, and I want to say the word so bad, but I'm not going to do it. We make so many excuses to do Negro stuff. How about that? You guys, you can take from that what you want. So many excuses. So when I posted this article, when I wrote down some of the stuff people said, right? And I'm going to tell you some of the stuff they said. Some of the stuff that was said in these comments, like I said, this thing is kind of new, so bear with me. Some of the things they said was, oh, they're trying to kill us. No shit. That's not nothing new. We know they trying to kill us. Oh, you remember the Tuskegee experiment? That's why we don't, black people don't trust the doctors. No kidding. Of course we don't trust the doctors. We know that. We, even from slavery, we've been experimented on and a whole host of other things, right? I'm drawing a point here, okay? The other thing was, we're sickly, our health, we got diabetes and strokes and high blood pressure. No shit. Of course we do. Because we eat terribly. We got the worst diet on the planet. Of course we do. None of this is a secret, right? The other thing was, well, it's just not us. White people and Asian people and Mexican people are out there too. We ain't talking about them. We're talking about black people, right? Another one. Well, don't believe everything you read. No kidding. We know the media overhype stuff, but I know what I see. I see people on my timeline talking about somebody they know, and most of my friends are black on social media, and people I know outside of social media. So when I see them talking about, oh, my sister, my mama, my daddy, somebody is sick or dying, I'm gonna believe what I see. Damn the media, unless with everybody on the payroll for the media. So of course, don't believe everything. So no shit, right? The other thing is, it's a bunch of stuff. I could go on and on and on, and we keep making excuses. But you know what else I see? I see we are not staying our asses at home. We will not stay home. I see a video or pictures or something all day long about how black people are out. I just saw one of my friends, talking about he done seen 3 barbecues today. I guess the weather is nice somewhere in Chicago and the Midwest, so people are out and about. Said he saw 3 barbecues. Like, what are you barbecuing for? Like, people are dying, dropping like flies. As I said, black people are 13% of the population. We can't afford to lose no more people. We got homicide. We got abortion. We got drugs. We got, our health is terrible. Now we got the coronavirus. Whether you want to believe it or not, whether you believe in some 5G towers and some bats and whatever else is doing it, we are being affected the most by it. Now, of course, I know, being that we're only 13% of the population, we're speaking disproportionately, right? We're not saying, oh, well, there's more of them than there's us. We're talking about disproportionately, right? It should be less of us that are suffering because we are not that much in population. But we out there, we're not taking things seriously. I mean, I've seen videos, and I'm going to get to you guys in comments. I've seen videos of people arguing with the police. They trying to tell them to go in the house. And the minute one of them gets shot, oh my God, this police brutality, then take your ass in the house. That's another thing black people got against us. We get murdered wholesale by the police, but yet you want to be outside at birthday parties and barbecuing, and then when the po-po roll up on your ass and they do something to you, then you want to act like you a victim. But if you would have had yourself in the house, it wouldn't be an issue. Like, we got a lot of things stacked against us as black people, but we continue to pile on the bullshit. And it's just ridiculous at this point. And you know what? I'm going to point some of y'all, I ain't going to say your names. But a lot of y'all came on my post, and a lot of y'all I regard to be highly educated, but y'all came on there with all the bullshit excuses of why we need to listen. A lot of y'all got a lot of voice in our community, but y'all continue to make excuses. Make excuses for the stuff that we continuously do to hold us back. At some point in time, we just got to say enough is enough. Like, I'm very competitive, like super competitive. I don't like coming in last. And it pains me deeply to be an African-American woman, black woman, however I want to call myself, because I know somebody going to get on here and say, well, you're not black is a crayon, and all this other nonsense. It pains me deeply that we continue to take L's. We take L's in every single thing. Everything. Like everything's a goddamn joke to us all day long. We playing and we joking and partying. Neely Fuller Jr. said it best. Black people always partying and hee-heeing and ha-haing, and we ain't got shit to celebrate. Nothing. Like we haven't moved nothing since the 60s. We haven't moved anything. Nothing. Yeah, we got a black president, but what did he do for us? Nothing. What have we done for ourselves? Nothing. We continue to do the same old bullshit. So I'm coming on here to say I am tired, like I am tired. And I'm going to tell you, before I came on here, I was in my pajamas. My daughter and I was making face masks because we got in Riverside, we got to wear those shits. We got to wear face masks to go out. My daughter knows how to sew, so she's sewing face masks. I was looking like a ragamuffin. Hair was all over the place. I said, you know what? I'm going to go live because I think I really this would be better off said than going back and forth with people in the comment section. So at some point in time, we just got to just say enough. Enough. Stop making excuses for our people to just do bullshit all day long. You talking about, oh, well, we unhealthy. That's why we dying. Well, fucking put the chicken down. Put the fried chicken down. Pick up some water. Stop being unhealthy. Bypass the soda. Like those are excuses. Excuses. My daughter's laughing, but I'm dead serious. I know it is like I'm being very colorful and I don't like to do that, but we make so many excuses to lose. Do y'all like losing? You like being the laughing stock of everything on the planet? Yeah, 2 French doctors a couple days ago get on national TV and unashamedly say, let's go to Africa. Now I'm paraphrasing. Let's go to Africa and treat these Negroes like lab rats. Like they said this. That's how they think about us. Because they know we don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. We always want to be the victim. Oh, I don't believe everything you see. It ain't what you see. Well, I know what I do see. And I'm a very educated individual. I know how to decipher the truth and stuff and what I see. And what I see is that we're not taking things seriously. I'm going to tell you something. My birthday is Monday. I'm going to be 29. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be 49. I'll be 49 on Monday. And you know what my ass is going to be? My ass is going to be in the house. I can make shit. I don't give it. I'm going all out of shit. It's my birthday. I'm going to go. I'm going to have me some dinner. I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to have people. I can do all of that. But I'm going to have my black ass in this house. Happy birthday. Thank you. Okay, I'll get together when all this is over. No, you can't come bring me nothing. No, I don't want to go over there. You know why? Because I want to be alive. I want to be alive for my 50th birthday next year. And for those of you guys who think it's a joke, when we're done here, if you ain't already left, and I don't care if you get mad, I'm beyond the point of caring if people get mad anymore. That was the old me. I don't care if you get mad. I'm going to tell the truth all the time. But when you leave here, go on Google and Google the ventilation process. Because a lot of us don't really understand what that is, right? A lot of us are watching, and I don't watch it, but you might watch Grey's Anatomy or whatever. They put the little thing over your mouth. Oh, gosh, I'm just having trouble breathing. No. They got to put a freaking tube down your throat into your lungs to pump air into your lungs. You can't talk. You're barely conscious. And a lot of people don't make it back from being having a ventilator. I forget what the word they call it. But a lot of people don't come back from that. And if they do come back, they don't come back the way they were. That's a very invasive process. And Negroes is out there playing. And again, I know everybody else is doing. I know somebody gonna come on here and say my neighbors having Taco Man over. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about us. We are out there playing. This is serious. Black people got enough stuff to deal with. Get your kids in the house. Get your mama in the house, because some of y'all mamas is running around there too. Get your daddies, your uncles, everybody, bring them in the house. Tell them to go home and sit your ass down. We ain't got nothing to celebrate right now. When this is over, yeah. People talk about what they trying to distract us from voting. And what's new? What's new? So I'm going to get to y'all comments. Sorry. Hey, Gunship, what's happening? Arson, you says, yes, you are. Yes, it is Tuesday, Brandy. He said, a lot of people are saying they are not getting service. And that's another thing. Like, we know as Black people, we're probably going to be last in line to get services. Hell, Black women can't even go to the doggone hospital and deliver a baby without thinking she's gonna die, because the mortality rate for Black women giving birth is high. Because medically speaking, it's a fact. They think Black people are susceptible, or we can take more pain. They don't take our complaints seriously. And so you know that, stay your ass in the house. Because if you go to the hospital, you may not get a ventilator. You may not, they might say, you know, ain't nothing wrong with you, go home. Which it sounds like they're doing that to a lot of people, and you go home and you die. Or when you go to the hospital, you can't breathe and you're damn near dead anyway. Like, why put your, somebody said, yeah, they're trying to kill us. And I said, if you know a killer's on the loose, why are you going outside? Like, if I know Michael Myers, which I like Michael Myers, I'm a Halloween fan, by the way, but it's still, if I know his ass was outside the door, you think I'm gonna go out there? No, I ain't going. I'm gonna stay my ass in this house, and I'm gonna do everything I can to avoid him. That's what we need to be doing. Stop making excuses. And you say because they lack health insurance, it's another thing. Y'all know we don't hardly have insurance, and some people have Obamacare, whatever, all whatever. We know that we are lacking in that area. Okay? Why put yourself in harm's way? You also say it's serious, and Daryl was having, says, I refuse to wear any of that bull. It is not that serious to me. Well, take your ass outside. Want to see your ass outside? Go all in the road. Like, I'm kind of like at the point where, natural selection, brother. There's natural selection. That means survival of the fittest. And if you think that you Teflon Don up in this mud, go outside and spin all around. Tell people to cough on you, because since you're so bad, tell people to cough and sneeze on you, because you don't. Listen, I ain't even trying to change your mind. Sound like your mind is made up. So do you. And then Brandy, you say the truth hurts. And you say don't have to go down in history that far. Yeah, I mean, it's like I just don't get it. And teacher, you say it's not that serious to me, but I am still taking the necessary precaution. Example, face mask, social distancing, and shelter in place to keep me and my family safe. As the saying goes, better safe than sorry. Right? Exactly. Let's say this is all a hoax. Somebody's playing a sick, cruel joke on the rest of us. All of our friends and family are in on the fix. They talking about, ooh, I'm finna die. Like, whatever. I do not want to be on the side of wrong, right? I want to make sure if somebody says, you guys are being punked, I want to be laughing at that shit. I don't want to be on the other end of it talking about, well, I thought it was a joke. So anyway, but I agree with you, teacher. And William, you say, what's happening? You say, thank you for addressing the NIS. I also say, Mayor Gil Garcetti said Tuesday that essential business in Los Angeles will soon be able to deny service to customers who don't wear masks, as they should. You said so far the city has recommended but not mandated that people cover their face when venturing into public to prevent the virus spread. But businesses will be able to refuse service to anyone not wearing masks by Friday morning, Garcetti said. Workers at essential businesses will also be required to wear masks, and their employers will be required to supply them or reimburse workers for their costs, the mayor said. Yeah, because at this point, it's like, every time I go to the grocery store, which I try not to go much, but you got to go, right? I always tell those people, thank you for your service, because I could not imagine swiping people's stuff day in, day out. You don't know if that mofo had a Rona. You don't know if they've been out, somebody barbecue right before they came to you. And so you're risking your life. You're a grocery, clerk, and you're risking you're on the front lines. And so I don't blame them. Everybody should, no shoes, no service, no mask, no shoes, no shirt, no service. Until you get all that going on for yourself. And Gunship says, you're right. And Brandy says, no. William says, this measure alone should encourage more to wear a mask. You will no longer have a choice. Plus, that $1,000 fine doesn't help. Yeah, they haven't imposed it yet, but they're getting ready to, because it's just that serious. Like, I went to the park the other day. It was by myself. Nobody was there. And within a matter of 15 minutes, like 3 or 4 cars of people just pulled up, and I guess they're going to smoke weed in the park, so I have to leave. It's like, you're not practicing social distancing. You're out here kicking it. And last thing I want to do is inhale your, weed smoke. God forbid it got some Rona in that, right? So I left. I didn't say, well, I was here first. I ain't going to get it. I took my ass home. And teacher says, for real, though, a friend of mine is selling custom-made face masks. I purchased 3, and he is now swamped with orders. Second replacement stream of income if you stuck at home. And so, yeah. So my daughter's been doing just sewing masks. Really, she was just sewing it for the family. But my nephew was like, hell, you might as well make it for everybody. There's people who need it. They're at a demand. And she knows how to do it. And so, like, I was out at the store yesterday, and everybody had a mask on. And I was just like, never in my 48 years would I ever thought we would come to this. Like, people aren't wearing masks because there's dust in the air. People are wearing masks because they don't want to potentially die. This is where we're at. So everybody needs a mask, right? And then Devontae, he says, we still black. Well, however you want to say it, we black, okay? However you want to call yourself. And Randy says, tell him, sister, trying. And come on, he says, happy birthday, Bessie. Yes, on Monday. It's all the same to me. I'm going to be here. I ain't going nowhere. But thank you. And William says, you still look 29. Enjoy your birthday. Sometimes I feel 79. Thank you, teacher. And Brandy saying, he says, because of the bacteria that builds up on the tubes, that alone can cause infection. Yeah. Like, people don't really understand what that's like. Have you ever, like, I don't know, choked on some soda or something? Something went down the wrong pipe. Now imagine having something go down there, like, you got the Rona, going to the hospital, and you need a vent. Like, for me, that would be stressful. I'd be like, just give me some Robitussin and I'm going to go home. I don't want nothing shoved down my throat, because for one thing, I like to talk. And I wouldn't be able to talk with no tube shoved in my throat. So I would, like, that doesn't seem fun to me. But some people do, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they don't believe, And hey, Katura, you say, my birthday is today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, fellow Aries. Happy birthday. You say, I stayed in the house. Now on my way back to work with the mask on my face and gloves. Amen. Turn 53. Happy birthday, young lady. Well, thank you so much. And happy birthday to you as well. Yeah, be safe out there. It's better, as teacher said, better be safe than sorry. What's happening, Al? He says a lot of Black people are more mad about not going to church and the beauty supply than staying at home. And that's another thing I want to address. As I said, and I'll say it again, I don't care if people get mad, the church, pastors, whatever, y'all taking a black eye. The church is taking a black eye. You're encouraging your members to come to church when the law, Caesar, that's what it says in the Bible, is telling you not to. But you want to talk about we got separation of church and state, and we don't follow the laws of the land, and we got the Holy Ghost and the holy oil, and we don't, we just, we ain't nothing gonna happen to us. But yeah, you keep hearing all these churches, people, 45 members coming up with the Rona, pastor dying of it. I mean, it's like, you're supposed to be leading the flock and you telling them. I ain't gonna tell the church name now. I saw a live feed on Sunday, came up on my timeline. The pastor was preaching, but the deacon was behind him with a face mask on. You sending mixed messages, brother. Either you got the faith of, Job or whoever, the patience or whatever, I don't know. Or you don't. Because why does your deacon have on a mask behind you preaching, talking about we ain't of the world? I scroll right by that and just laugh, like, okay. And so, and Nancy, you says virus lasts 23 to 25 days. Yeah, I mean, so imagine if it lasts that long. You out and about, you chilling, partying, parlaying, spreading it to everybody else. It just never goes away, right? Like, it's like people we are just, as humans, are just selfish. We are selfish people. We give no damns about nobody else. None. We don't care about anybody else. I wanna just be out there. It ain't about you. Sit your ass down. Like, I don't like being trapped in the house. And we all gonna be trapped in the house until everybody decides this is bigger than me. This is bigger than me. Having a party and barbecuing with my friends. This is bigger than me. Right? Eventually, everybody wants to get back to work, right? A lot of people probably had their money or their rent money and all that for April. What about May? What, $1,200? What's that gonna do? What's $1,200 gonna do for anybody? Because you already in the hole. The money already gone. Sit down. And you also say over 127,000 dead in the U.S. Is that right? Or is it 12,700? I'm sorry, dead in the U.S. Yeah, I actually did see that number. I mean, it's going to continue to rise as long as people think it's a joke. Hey, Tina says it's not a joke, and it's not. But I see, like, I tell people, I don't even read the stuff on my timeline anymore because it's the conspiracy theories is just wow. Like I said the other day, I can't wait for this to be over so y'all can go back to your regular level of ignorance. Because some of the stuff that I read was just like, you thought of that by yourself? Like me and Sydney, I don't see him on here, but we joke about how somebody said it was a joke, obviously. But the 5, I think my screen is glitching. I don't know why. But the 5G that everybody's talking about is really giving it to you. The 5G signals then galvanize some bats. And then the bats then put some gamma rays up into some toilet paper. And then when you use the toilet paper, you're going to get the Rona. So people actually out there just spreading the nonsense, and then Nancy says, update, 12,800 dead, almost 200 per hour. But yeah, we playing. We playing, joking around and partying and stuff. Like, what that on God's green earth made you think, oh, well, we got a deadly virus going around. Let's have a party. What made anybody think that? That's odd to me. I don't even want to go, like, I want to go out to get something to eat, but my daughter's like, we ain't doing it. Now, common sense obviously tells me I'm not going to, because I don't know whoever's fixing my food. If they done coughed and sneezed all over the place, I don't know what's in people's minds, so I'm going to fix my food at home, right? But it's not, 200 people an hour, it's like, hello? Hey, Selena, he says, be safe. And what is the damn shame you have to come on here and yell at people to do something that is in their best interest? But that's, you know what, William? I hate to say it, and my mom is not here anymore, but I can hear her saying, be positive. And I'm not trying to be negative, but that's just us as Black people sometimes. We always go against our better interests. Name something. Name it. I don't care what it is. Pick something, and I'll tell you that we go against our better interests. Just pick something. I don't care what it is. Pick something. And I guarantee you, most of us go against it, even if it's good for us, right? And Kevon says, garlic and silver spray. You talking about the colloidal silver? I actually read something that said that was actually counterproductive. I don't know how true that is, but I have seen a lot of people say they're taking that. There's a lot of things you can't take. You know, say you're supposed to keep your throat moist and drink hot teas. And obviously you want to eat healthy. Now, I ain't going to do you no good. Not saying you, but I ain't going to do you no good taking all that stuff and then eating some fried chicken behind it. It's kind of like defeating the purpose, right? Like, I don't always eat the best. And I tell you guys that I'm a vegan. And even as a vegan, I don't always eat the best. But the last couple of weeks, oh, yes, I'm having a green juice. I'm having a salad. You know, I'm trying my best. I'm drinking hot vitamin C, MSM, black seed oil. I have to take vitamin D. I'm drinking tea like every day. That's what I'm doing because I don't want it. I don't want it. And so Tina says, wearing masks became a mandate in San Bernardino today. That's what my daughter was telling me that. Now you all are being mandated to wear masks. And San Bernardino is one of the largest counties in the country. You know, so yeah, I mean, eventually we're all going to have to conform so it'll go away, right? And Williams says the mortuary does hair, nails, and makeup, then gives you that free ride over to Marble County, the cemetery. Yeah, but that's another thing. I got to get my hair done. I don't know what to do. I need my nails done. I need somebody to just come over here. I saw on Facebook today, Texas, somebody, TDRL or something like that. I could probably have it wrong. Called out one hairstylist, somebody, because they caught her. I guess she was posting about taking appointments and stuff. And they told her, listen, we're going to take your license. You're not supposed to be operating during the COVID shutdown. No businesses that are not essential. Hair is not essential. Nails, none of that's essential. You gonna be in the house. We're gonna see you anyway. You know, half of us wear a goddamn bonnet outside anyway. Now all of a sudden you want your hair done? I mean, like, for real. And then, hey, Monica, you say so true. And Kevin, you say no deals until viruses conquer. Yeah, I saw somebody else saying, well, why don't we see no funerals? My mom died almost 4 years ago. You didn't see her funeral. I said, why do you guys think you need to see a funeral to be a believer? Nobody got to show you a funeral. Just stay home. You need to see some funerals before you stay home. Just stay home. And like you said, they're not having funerals like that. Hell, if you get sick and go to the hospital, you can't have visitors. You know how many people are dying by themselves? You know, like normally if somebody dies or getting ready to die, they have everybody and their mama in the hospital room. Oh my God, everybody. People are dying by themselves with just the nurse and the doctor probably. I don't know, maybe your mama, whoever, get on the phone, say, baby, I love you, Pooh, or, you know, whatever. But they ain't going to be there with you. Stay home. And D was happy, says, people laugh when I say, let them go out there and let the Darwinism kick in. Yeah, survival of the fittest. Go. Because you know what? I'm not trying to be mean because sometimes I get accused of being mean, you know, very outspoken. Marcus Garvey said there are some Negroes that are not going to be any good here, and they ain't going to be no good going to Africa when he's trying to take people back to Africa. Some people just aren't going to be, as they used to say back then, a credit to their race. People who are out there partying and acting crazy, spreading the Rona, they're there right now. I'm not saying not never, but not right now, they're not a credit. Making things worse. And so, hey, Samuel, you say about the mask, I wonder of the effectiveness of them. Most masks don't block viruses. You say N95 surgical masks, and I think FFP1 masks are said to be 95% effective to block viruses. However, if I remember correctly, Dr. Africa said in a class of his I attended, said in order for it to stay sanitary, you have to change it every 3 minutes. Further, I think he said the doctor's dress has to do with African spirituality of scaring away evil spirits. Well, there is a lot of truth in that about what you said about the mask. They do have to be a certain kind. When I worked at Frito-Lay, I was a sanitation aid operator, which means I boiled out fryers, and I also worked in the corn room, which was very dusty and combustible. And I had to wear those masks, and I actually had to wear the mask with the HEPA filters. And so yeah, certain masks will work, but right now anything is better than nothing, right? Anything is better than nothing to cover your mouth, and better off stay home. But if you don't have anything, put something like even Dr. Oz said, put a bandana over your mouth, but cover your mouth. More importantly, stay home. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing. A lot of people are now going to take this as, well, I got a mask, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to go out there now because I got a mask. No, stay home. The mask is to go do essential stuff. And Brandy says, hottie toddy. I've actually make some of that. I just don't have the toddy, if you will, to go in it just yet. But I was sick about 2 years ago, and I drank that, and it made me feel much better. But yeah, so do all you can to stay better and to not get sick, right? And then you say, how I had fried chicken? I wasn't talking to you. I wasn't talking to you. But if you did, I'm saying you drinking colloidal, taking colloidal silver and ginger and all this other stuff, and then you're gonna wash it down with some chicken legs. I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose, right? And Nancy says, report just today alone, 1,800. I don't want to be one of those people at all. I don't want nobody I know to be, I don't want none of y'all to be one of those people. Like, I get mad, but not all the time. But this really just has me heated. I don't understand the level of ignorance. I just, golly, it just, woo, it's the most. And Tina says, laugh out loud. I'm telling you, people make it, people, like I have a lot of woke friends. I call them no-tep Negroes that are on Quell for Negroes. They come up with some doozies. They're coming up with galvanized bats, just a whole bunch of just wild stuff. Oh, you only notice they putting the 5G stuff in the neighborhoods. And it's like, even if all that is true, stay your ass in the house. Stay home. And better yet, don't upgrade to a 5G phone. But I guarantee you, all these conspiracy theorists out there, next couple of months, they're going to have them a 5G phone. Watch. And it says, people who are spreading the Rona being stubborn should die alone. Well, I would like to take away the word should, but they will. Because as old people used to say, fat meat is greasy. And a lot of people don't believe it is until they get it in their mouth. And it's like, oh, this is pretty greasy. Wish I would have listened, right? And what do you say? Miss K, I hope this drives the issue. First, comorbidity and comorbid conditions are common terms. Comorbidity refers to one or more diseases, conditions that occur along with another condition in the same person at the same time. Conditions considered comorbidities, I hope I said that right, are often long-term or chronic conditions. Other terms that are used interchangeably with comorbidity include coexisting conditions, co-occurring conditions, multi-morbidity, or multi-chronic conditions, although important distinctions differentiate these terms. In other words, if you have sugar, high blood pressure, cancer, heart disease, heart trouble, or of any kind, kidney problems, smoke, current respiratory problems, or regime of pills, obese, poor diet, etc., this disease can kill you regardless of age or color. Right. And to that very beautiful point you made, who suffers from most of that the most? It's us. I'm not making this up. We do. We suffer from these things the most. And yet, we want to be out there on the block. We want to be out there partying and barbecuing and having a good time. Oh, and by the way, I wore my skeleton shirt to drive the point home today. If you guys are wondering why I got my skeletons on, because if you don't listen, you're probably going to die, right? You're going to be a skeleton in no time. Hopefully not, right? And Nancy says, oh, safe, brought a house and car in Nigeria. I'm out. Take me with you. We're safe. when he gets over his Rona, he caught it at a Port Authority, Long Beach. Wow. Take me with you. You know, I am part Nigerian, right? Like for real, for real. And Kofi was having, it says, chew ginger without sugar. If you have any sign, boil hot water, put it in a bucket, sit behind it, and cover yourself with a blanket to inhale the vapor. Eat pepper to keep your nerves working. Go the African way, but the rest are not to be trusted. Yeah, my daughter and I, we drink ginger probably every day. We have it to some degree. Try to drink something hot. Like, I'm on it, you know, because like I said, I'm one of those people. I'm not good with being sick. Like, I'm a horrible sick person. My daughter would tell you I'm horrible. Because for one, I don't know how to sit down. It's horrible. So I'm trying my best not to get sick. I ordered, you know, a bunch more black seed oil. We do that every day. So yeah, I'm on it. But I was already taking black seed oil. I put it on my skin. I'm a black seed oil connoisseur. But yes. And Samuel, you say, they said one of the reasons China got control so quickly is because they tested everyone. So they they knew who to isolate, I guess what you're saying. I'm told they also burned the money and began using phones to purchase items. Yes, there's a lot of stores out here who won't take cash because we know that money is very dirty and it's, you know, very easy to spread the Rona on it if it has it. Some stores are like, nah, please use your card or, you know, your phone or whatever you need to do. But we don't want to take that because we're going to put it in our register. We're going to count it out at night and then we're going to touch everything. And we just don't want it. And so China got a hold of it. It sounds like maybe it's coming back, which, you know, kind of not surprising, but they got a hold of it. But us out here, and, you know, I don't care what political party you're with, we need to put the onus on Trump with this because Trump thought it was a joke. It wasn't that serious, but we know why. Because it was going to affect his money. And now look where we're at. It's a lot of people who can't work. Unemployment claims are going up every day. There's people worried about getting put out. There's people worried about their light bill, their car payments. There's just like, this is a mess. And 2-3 weeks ago, people weren't worried about those things, not to the degree they are now. You know, at least they were able to go to work and, you know, be able to kind of stay ahead a little bit. But now people are just flat out of options completely, right? And so people need to just stay home. Stay home so everybody can get back to somewhat of a normal life. One thing I will say about this whole pandemic is I think that it has to some degree, or it's going to, now I don't want to say balance, like everything's going to even out, but the way this planet was going, it was just, it wasn't good, right? It wasn't good. I think it gives, just even from a family point of view, right? How many people are now being forced to come to terms with the family they live with? There's a lot of people who have family members they haven't spoken to in forever, and you live under the same roof. Maybe, you know, how you doing? But now you have to come together and maybe sit down and get at the table and figure out what we're going to eat, what we're going to watch. You know, you're like, things are starting to come back together. Like I, you know, was having a conversation with my dad the other day, and I said, I tell people all the time, I'm old enough to remember before the VCR came out, before the answer machine came out. I'm even old enough to remember before the microwave was like a thing. You know, I remember when people got a microwave, it was a big deal. Like, oh my God, you're lucky. You got a microwave in your house. You got a, you know, VCR. I'm old enough to do that, to remember that. I'm also old enough to remember, you know, when we had one television in the house. Also old enough to remember my grandmother sitting by the radio listening to the Dodgers game, right? But we've gotten so far away from those things. And so to me, if there is an upside to this, I think that's part of it. People are starting to come back to terms with family and self, like really thinking about where you are in life and where you need to go in life. Because a lot of people have just been resting on pretty, just being comfortable, not getting after life. Every day isn't usual, you know, but now there's a lot of people who aren't going back to work, and some people's jobs are not coming back. And so now maybe they're having a time to think, okay, what is it I know? Like, because God has given everybody a gift and talents, and a lot of people just have not ever used them, don't even care to know what they are. Their only thing they do is go make somebody else money and come home and do it all over again. You know, I always say, yeah, there's a lot of sins, but to me, the greatest sin is dying with unused gifts and talents. And a lot of people do that. And so I think this is one of the upsides of that, is giving a lot of people a time to think about what it is I need to be doing differently with my life. Am I going to continue to waste my life? Or am I going to make an impact on the world as I was designed and destined to do? That's, to me, that's the type of stuff I think about, right? And then Samuel also said, a thought occurred to me when I heard about the bat theory. Reminds me of the green monkey. I said B-A-T, must busy ass terrorist. Never know. You, who knows, right? All of those things could be true. But in the meantime, we need to stay home, right? And Kevon says, you know the damage one ignorant Negro can do? Yeah, because one ignorant Negro is going to influence 10 more. And then those 10, it's like the spread of the coronavirus, right? One ignorant person, one infected person. And then they go affect and, you know, everyone else and influence everyone else, because people won't go get the knowledge they need. That's really what's lacking here too, is just knowledge. You have a lot of people, as my dad say, let your knowledge take you where your knowledge is going to take you. But a lot of times people don't have knowledge to even go up the block, but they got the nerve to want to put everybody else in the car with them to go nowhere. And there's people willing to get in the car with them to go nowhere. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you. And Sammy says frontline defenders need hazard pay. And I actually saw right before I came on, I heard that they're supposed to be giving people who are on lines, if you will, grocery store workers and postal service doctors and people like that, hazard pay. They're supposed to be getting extra money for being in the line of fire. So I think that's a great thing. And then Brandy says, I'm old enough to remember drive-ins. Yeah. Me too. My dad used to pile us all in a little van or whatever. We'd be watching it. He'd be knocked out. Remember, my dad used to take us to see Cheech and Chong. He had no idea what he was taking us to see. He took us to see Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams. He thought it was about ice cream. Knocked out. We like 10, 11 years old, and they... He wake up, how was the movie? It was great, Dad. Nancy says, put things in check. Gas is down, economy all over in check. People are neighborly. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. People are talking to their neighbors again. But many people moved in their neighborhoods and don't even know their neighbors up until a couple weeks ago. You know, my daughter and I will go walking and somebody else is walking across the street. We'll say, hey, hi, how you doing? People weren't doing that before. Just like, you know, got my earphones on and I'm just not paying attention, you know. But people, so I agree with you, Nancy. And Sammy says insurance companies need to give refunds for people not driving due to shelter in place. I agree with you. I moved my car once now, almost the last 3 weeks. They don't care though. They want their money, right? But I agree with you. He says, sis, I am from Africa, and those of us who are in the state that are awake, if we advise our African-American brothers and sisters, they don't listen to us. The only time I heard organic food was when I got to the States, I'm sorry. Everything we consume, let's see. Everything we consume in Africa is, I think you said national. The food African-Americans eat is bad and a lot overeat. They trust pinkies because some see themselves as one. I have a lot to share with you. Contact me when you can so that you can use your platform to caution them. Absolutely. Please inbox me because I honestly, I will forget. But I agree with it. And in fact, I was in South Africa and I will tell you the food was a whole lot better. Like it just tasted so like good. It was fresh. You could tell it hadn't been sitting out. It didn't have preservatives. It was wonderful. But you're right. And we do need to start listening to our brothers and sisters in Africa because you guys are closer to the source. You know, you're closer to where we came from. We are, as Donovan would say, hybrids. Now he laughs about it, but we've gotten so far away from the things that we used to do. Now, of course, slavery played a lot into that, but still, we should take advice from you guys because you guys do have the remedies we need. And Al says you won't have to suffer from comorbidity being a malevolent malefactor if you stay at home. The enormity of the virus is very sordid. It's not just pyrite. I can't stand. Or your mama will be wearing her millennial. See, Al is he's being funny now. He's throwing all these big words up to try to trip me up, and you're doing a good job. Looking at your son, yeah, casket, all of that, okay? All of that. And Kevon says extra money won't bring you back from the dead. Yeah, but it's a lot. It really is. Again, I always tell people the smartest anything. But sometimes it just gotta make sense. And it doesn't make sense to me. You know, like again, when I see videos of us arguing with the police and, like why? I'm not talking about the stuff outside of the coronavirus, but if you know you ain't supposed to be outside, you ain't supposed to be these large gatherings. Why? You're not going to win that argument. Go home. And a lot of us are setting horrible examples for our children. However, will our children understand what to do if they see mom and dad acting in a disobedient manner? We are the teachers of our children. They watch us. So when they see us, like the video I saw, they were at a 1-year-old's birthday party. And they're arguing back and forth. Well, it's just a 1-year-old birthday party. Y'all tripping. Why we can't just woo? Why we y'all just always messing with black people? I swear for God, if I was there, I don't know what I would have. I wouldn't have been there, first of all, okay? Because I'd be social distancing. But I just don't understand the level of ignorance. I just don't. It just escapes me. And then you say, Tina, I agree, sis, things have been shaken up, so there are some good that has come out of this. Absolutely. People are starting to see each other again. We're starting to recognize each other once again. Hey, you do live with me. I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. We're starting to actually just connect again. Now, of course, gas prices are very low, but it's kind of like, because nobody can really go nowhere. I haven't put gas in my car in a month. I said I have a half a tank of gas in my car. I would love to go out there and spend $2.50-something on gas just to say I did it before it goes back up. We know in California, we spend on average, it was $3.30, $3.50, somewhere places $5 a gallon. And that was normal. That's not supposed to be normal. People aren't supposed to have to figure out whether they're going to put gas in the car or eat. But that's where we've become acclimated to in California, spending all this money on gas. And so now it's back to human imaginable prices. So that's good. And then you also say, I'm actually learning to speak Spanish now that I have the time. Yeah, so there's a lot of things, like if we're spending all of our time watching TV and not reading, not exercising, not trying to think of a master plan or trying to do something. I'm not saying we should not watch TV, but if that's all we're doing, I'm going to say this and I don't care if you don't like it. You're failing as a human being and you're wasting your potential. You're wasting your potential if you wake up to turn the TV on and then fall asleep with the TV on and then you wake up and do it again. If you ain't walked your ass outside, I ain't saying go nowhere. I said walk outside, take a couple of puffs of fresh air, maybe do a jumping jack or two, pick up a book. Like I'm going to finish this book by tomorrow, right? I have books that I say I'm going to read, one by one. Like I have to, this is something I have to do. Like I don't have to read, like I'm not doing it for a job or nothing, but I have to do it to keep my mind sharp. That's how I keep my mind sharp, is by researching and studying and things like that. Because there's things I want to do in life, right? And so, and Samuel says, my daily routine includes ginger root, turmeric root, lime, garlic tea sweetened with local honey. Let's see here. Somebody put a thing in my way. I'm getting to it as soon as this thing moves out of my way. Maybe I'm going to have to move it. There we go. Local honey, soursop, elderberry, because I say elderberry. My daughter's like, it's elderberry. My daily vitamin regime includes vitamin C. Absolutely. Those are the things you need to do to stay healthy on just a regular basis. Even if you aren't trying to escape the Rona, just on a daily basis. We have a routine. I get up, I drink 2 ounces of water, which is usually about 2 of these. Sometimes I put a lime in there. Then I go downstairs, I make me a juice. Before I do that, I take MSM with vitamin C. So I'll heat it up with hot water, put it in there, make a little 4 ounces for myself. My daughter, sometimes she does it. We drink it. And then we go about our day. Now I'll take some black seed oil in the middle of the day. Then I'll take vitamin D. I have to take vitamin D up to about 50,000 milligrams a week because for whatever reason, I'm always low in vitamin D. So I do that anyway. I've been giving it to my daughter, So those are the things we do every day, and plus lots of water. Like we go through water on a regular. My daughter calls me a water hog. She says, because you drink all the water. And Kevon says, is the air safe? Does the Rona travel in the air? From what they say, yes. Say it could travel up to 10 feet, if I'm not mistaken. Because, if somebody sneezes, I saw a video in slow motion of somebody sneezing. People who don't cover their mouths when they sneeze is like, oh, I want to choke them because it's so disgusting. But saw the video and you see the saliva just and it spreads. So yes, it's airborne, which is why they tell you to stay at least 10 feet away from people so you don't catch it, right? And then William says, some people are learning how to use that thing called called the stove for the first time, other than the light of smoke. Yes, this is what I asked yesterday. I said, be honest, how many of you are now learning to cook? How many? Because a lot of people go out to eat, and guess what? You're also saving money. You're not spending a lot of money eating out. You're cooking. YouTube, you can learn. You can cook anything. You can cook a couch on YouTube if you wanted to. You can figure out how to do that. So there's no excuses anymore, right? No excuses. Now, and then you can't go making no top ramen because all that is gone. Now you got to actually make something. So that's good. People are actually learning to cook, and the kids are, maybe getting healthier now. And Al says, it is my fervent prayer people stay home so the virus will dissipate. It is very inscrutable on why they won't. Your criminal conundrums are costing people their lives. I understood everything you said there. Yes, it is. It is costing people their lives. Hey, Lachelle, what's happening? It's costing people their lives. People, as I said, people want to. I want to exercise my privilege. I have rights in America. I'm as American. I have rights. I have rights to do what I want to do. All right. But do you have the right to harm someone else? Because a lot of people may have the symptoms, but they don't get sick. But you may pass it to someone else and they get sick while you were out there exercising your freedoms. You're going to exercise your freedom germs on someone else. Brandy says, which is why they don't want you at the hospital because the Rona is in the ER. Yes. And they don't want you to take it back. They don't want you to take it. And then God forbid you bring something else in there with you. So people, like they said too, women are having babies alone. And babies alone. Because you can't have a bunch of people in the hospital with you having a baby anymore. because the hospital is so inundated with people who are sick. They got naval ships. They got, triages set outside on the streets trying to help people. I saw somewhere where they're want to bring in 12,000 body bags, which means, as Nancy said, almost 13,000 people have died. So they short. So, and they're putting bodies in freezers that are on trucks. So yeah, you're not going into the ER. If your mama's sick because she was running around, or somebody came into her house and they were running around and gave it to her, guess what? You ain't going to be able to go visit mama in the hospital. And you better hope she'll be able to talk to you, that she doesn't have a tube in her throat. And let's see. No, I got what you meant, Brandy. And then Kevon says the Damon Wayans character in Living Color. And which one was that one? And then William says, I can cook, bake pies, but Sunday, honey, and I made a pineapple upside down cake, my first cake. I sure wish I could have a pineapple upside down cake, but I'm vegan. So I can't really be eating no eggs and, milk like that, but it does sound good. But imagine all the things. Oh my gosh, my daughter, she made this soup. Only reason why we didn't make it today is because we are missing a few ingredients. But when we go to the store again, we gonna get them. She made this soup. It was so good. I'm talking about I was scraping the bowl like, damn, this is good. And, she got a recipe, but she put her own little stuff to it. My daughter could cook, though. My daughter's probably a better cook than I am. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm just kidding. No, she really can cook. And then Tay says, just checking in, had to rest after dancing. Mia loves watching you. Hey, baby. That's my niece and my great niece. And William says, you have the right to die in peace, too. Yeah, go exercise your freedoms at your house. Don't come out to the store after you've been running around and exercising your freedoms all weekend long with the homies. Stay home. So anyway, you guys, I wasn't going to be on here long, and I don't see any more comments. I just wanted to come on here and just express how I was feeling. But more than anything, y'all, we need to stop making excuses. Like the time is up. It's up. We out of time. We have no more time. All the sand in the hourglass is gone. It's to the bottom. It's like we're out of time. Enough with the excuses. Each one, teach one. We have to stop being afraid to, now I don't want to say we're offending people, but we got to talk to each other in love, but we got to mean business when we do, because a lot of us won't say what we need to say to people. They're going to get mad at me. I want to hurt their feelings. Because you know why? You respecting their feelings when they're not respecting staying themselves at home is keeping you from work. It's keeping you from celebrating your birthday parties. It's keeping you from going out to the beach. It's keeping a lot of people from watching basketball, which Al sent me an article today. Basketball players, this dude was saying about 150 basketball players are now struggling financially. Like, how in the hell are you as a basketball player for the NBA struggling? I guess I can figure that out. But I'm saying that you of all people shouldn't be struggling. But it says 150 of them, at least of them, are struggling because they've cut their money significantly. Well, they're not playing, right? And so there's a lot of people who would love to go to the games. And that's another thing I want to say too. I was talking to Al today, and I was saying how, like, I like going to concerts, but I don't like going to concerts because if you live, let's say in LA, concerts are expensive. You got to pay for the fees. You got to pay for parking. And a ticket is $1,000 for a nosebleed seat. You're like, I'd rather not. And so I hope when this is all over, people will come to their senses and say, well, people don't need to spend $1,000 to see me. Maybe we can drop the prices back to normal prices again where people can enjoy. Like we were playing on the phone the other day looking at tickets for Bruno Mars. Out here, for a decent seat, a good seat, a decent seat, in the middle somewhere, for 4 people was over $3,000 to see Bruno Mars. I think it was the Honda Center, Staples Center somewhere. $3,000, over $3,000 for 4 people to see him run across the stage for an hour and a half. For $3,000, I want to get residuals from one of your hottest records. I want to sing some doo-wopping in the background. I want to be able to come to your mama house on Sunday dinner, and I want to be able to eat. And I want her to be able to make whatever I request for that kind of money. I'm just saying. And then Al says, it's good you are very present when it comes to the stubborn people. Lachey says, your hair is so cute. I'm actually growing it out. I cut it all off. I do that sometimes, but I'm going to grow it all out. I promise. As long as I can. And Kevon, he said, Al equals Oswald Bates in Living Color. Still doesn't ring a bell. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I watched In Living Color, but I've never watched a lot of TV. Never. I never was a big TV watcher because I wasn't allowed to when I was younger. We had to do stuff, be productive. And Al says, in what direction is a sneeze at you? And Samuel says, someone just asked me how these people are predicting the peak will come in the next 2 weeks. Well, if I'm not mistaken, you're a math teacher, right? A math professor, professional extraordinaire. And I don't know anything about statistics. I know a little bit, but I guess somehow they're projecting by looking at the numbers at the rate things are going now. I guess they can kind of come up with a projection or prediction rather what may happen. It said by May 1st in California alone, 50,000 people. No, Riverside County, where I live in Riverside County, 50,000 people will get it and 1,000 people will die by May 1st. It is said that 60% of Californians it said in 8 weeks, so maybe like 6 weeks from now, are going to get it. And a lot of people will not survive that. So at the rate we're going, because we haven't taken the necessary measures to stop it. Like other countries, Italy, which I don't know what they're doing now, but they've completely shut it down. China shut it down. Iran shut it down. And a whole host of other people just shut it down. We haven't really done that yet, right? And let's see. Al says, oh yeah, not Bruno Mars. Sorry. The Weeknd. I want not only the weekend, I want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for that kind of money. Okay. And let's see. And then Brandy says they bugging. Yeah. And then William says supposedly losing an algorithm. Okay. And Kevon says just think the numbers are not correct. It's probably worse. Because imagine how many people aren't even going to the hospital. Or keeping it a secret. They said that it was some man who went to see his wife in a hospital. She gave birth to their child. He had it and didn't tell him. He's in there and they found out he had it. So imagine how many people, including the babies, were at risk because he was a selfish SOB and wanted to go in there to see his child. I want to go see his wife and child. And Gunship says, and Saturday, I want it all. William says some people may survive Rona physically, but not financially. A lot of people are not going to survive this financially. You know why? Because a lot of people were just simply unprepared. And I get it. I live in California. I know it costs an arm and a leg every time you pay your rent or your mortgage to pay that mug. I get it. I know every time I want to go put gas in the car, I'm looking at, selling my daughter's arms and legs. Whoa. To street to put gas. So I get it. But there's a lot of things, like I don't have cable. I haven't had cable in years. People come to my house to visit. You ain't got cable? But we can have a very deep conversation if you like. I do have the internet. We can watch Netflix or something. I don't pay for cable. I'm hearing people paying $200 and something a month. Is you crazy? For TV? Not me. Don't eat out as much. If you got a pair of black shoes already, do you need another? I'm just saying, And then Sammy says, when I went home last week, my mother's neighbor was having a barbecue. And he said, not enough to feed the neighborhood. Well, why are you having a barbecue? No, you're supposed to be in the house. And then Tina replying to William says, very true. And Kevon says the jails are loaded with numbers not counted. Yeah, they said that's going up. The people in jail are getting it in record numbers because they can't social distance. They're in prison. And then let's see, it also says if they don't want to use an algorithm, it's because they have an axiom that's holding them back. Okay. And Tina says, me either, no cable. Yeah. And then you also say antenna, laugh out loud, and streaming. Yeah, I mean, cut corners. And Kevanya says cable is free if you work it right. See, we ain't trying to go. And Sammy says, Dr. Aleem said, whatever number they are saying, multiply that by 7 to get a more accurate picture of the numbers. I don't pay for cable either. See, there's a lot of people who do, but they won't pay it for next month because they ain't gonna have it. And Al says, you heard me before, yet you hear me again, and then I will die. Will you call me again? What am I? I am Echo. Listen to Dimitri, y'all. Hey, Pamela, how are you? So anyway, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back here on Friday, if not sooner, with Mr. Donovan, the Black Sadiq. And again, I always ask you guys, if you want to come on here, you have an opinion, you want something to say, please let me know, and I'll bring you on, and we'll all chop it up, right? So again, and then Sammy says, barbecue big enough to feed the neighborhood. They're not taking this virus serious. No, at all. At all. But they'll be the first one to line up for a ventilator, which I don't think they should get. So anyway, that's just my opinion, you guys. I thank you so much. Thank you, Tina. And you guys, thank you for being the other side of the conversation again. You guys can look for Donovan on Friday. And if Marcus, if you're on here, thank you for everything that you do. I will see you guys later on in the week. And you guys be safe too. If you see somebody out there in the streets, tell them to take their ass home. All right. Peace.